transmission pump is operational. Good morning. Welcome back to the Freedom One Garage YouTube channel. What a great day today. Beautiful day. A little bit of a breeze, 70 degrees, sunshiny. Life is good. We've got some updates on the Falcon. So spent the last day and a half or so off and on working on this thing. Carburetor has been rebuilt, fuel pump installed. Had some rust within the cooling system in the block, and took a little bit of extra time. We flushed some of that out. So right now the water pump and the thermostat housing are off of it. What we're gonna do today, first off, is when the carburetor rebuilt, get some fuel back to this thing, make sure this little 6-cylinder is going to run really good. Radiator's out, also needs a radiator. So we've got some issues with the cooling system that we don't want to tackle until we know with some amount of certainty that this little 206 is going to be a ripper. Also, a little bit of an update back here. We had a little bit of a pinhole in the top of the fuel tank right here, where it rusted through. And again, this is all from the Mises living in here. But we pressure washed the whole car out. We were able to pull the fill tube out of the tank and then get in there with a good light and a mirror, and lo and behold, the inside of the tank is beautiful, minus that one hole. So we did go with a hole patch kit, and it's an epoxy thing. I think it's gonna work. We cleaned it all up under there. We overlapped over this rusty part just a little bit, but it's cleaned up, so it should hold just fine. Rest of it's all pressure washed out. Sad note, after we get it running today, we're probably gonna have to take the headliner out. The Mises, you can see there's a hole. That little hole over there just happens to be about the size of a Mies. There's some Mies nests sticking out from a couple holes here, and then there's a big hole underneath that sun visor. So they've been running around in there and living it up, and you know, there's no respect. I hate Mises. Anyway, so we're gonna have to cut the headliner out of this thing, and it's not gonna be fun, and it's gonna be gross, but that's what it takes. Once we get that out, then we'll have all the mouse smell out of the car, and we can start remedying but I need more Dr. Pepper. Anyway, in the meantime, we've kind of been jumping around the shop here. Oh, we've got an update, quick little update on Jalen's truck. So we have our patch panel cut down to the correct size. And it'll go in there all nice and neat when it's ready. But we were poking around in here, and literally poking around, and we thought maybe this was just pitting in the inner rocker, but that's through. So we are gonna have to bend up a piece for the inner rocker and get that in there, and then we'll install the outer rocker, and then we'll move on to the bedside. So a little bit of everything, but first thing we gotta do, I gotta clean some stuff up. I couldn't even find the dang old GoPro this morning. It's just, we've just been going, and then we stop, we do something else, and And yeah, it's one of them issues. So let's get after it. Let's get that Falcon running again, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we've got fuel pump connected. Fuel pump is pumping. Carburetor's connected. We did get the key to start to work again with a little bit of love. And let's see here, we're gonna hook up the old factory wire to the positive side of the coil here. Ah, shoot. Okay, stand by. New fuel pump interferes with coil position. So yeah, I mean, here, I think we can just, oh no, we can't just, we have to spinny spin. Okay, stand by, got to spinny spin the coil. We clocked the coil. Pretty cool Eklund coil, by the way. Eklund still makes ignition parts. You can't get them through the Irish store, but you can get them through the Napa, and they are the preferred points. Especially Uncle Tony's Garage did a good video on points and how a lot of parts in recent years the quality has gone down, especially in these older ignition system pieces and components, and Eklund is still holding strong. So if you got to deal with some older ignition parts, whether it's tractor, car, whatever, truck, check out Eklund and Napa for those pieces, because they will treat you better in the long run. All right, we got our remote button. We should be, oh, we're not. Park. Let's see if we can make this thing spit. Aww. She's arcing. Oh my gosh. All right, fine. Get a wrench. Grab Jalen's Chinese wrench. It was closer. There. Happy? Do we have squirters? Well, we do have squirtage. There's fuel in there. Whoa! Whoopsie, forgot about that. Yeah, so radiator's out, and yeah, transmission pump is operational. We're gonna have to loop those guys real quick. Stand by. Okay, transmission cooler line fiasco averted. We are back to trying to get this thing to run here. Okay, we've got a restricted exhaust now. I think the Mises went up and made a house in there. So, Sawzall time. Muffler delete completed. Let's try again. It's gonna be louder. Sometimes it's little things. We pressure washed this thing the other day, and it's kind of dried up now. I just went ahead and replaced it, but couldn't figure out it's getting some weird spark on the Falcon. And lo and behold, looked inside the old distributor cap. This whole area here was spattered with water droplets. You gotta, sometimes it's the simplest things that'll come back and kick you around. But here's where we're at. We're gonna go ahead and get a radiator and work on the cooling system. I gotta shut this off before it gets too hot. Stay tuned for more.